Pressure cylinder is a good example of the three strategies that we can use for our solid modeling. Bottom up is what we've been doing and is the most traditional, but there are some limitations. The multi-body signs all of these as bodies to a part, and I think I've mentioned that the rather than creating an assembly, the multi-body part has the advantage of having all of the components in one part. If you need to make separate parts in assembly, it's available. But if this was a purchase part and I really just wanted that level of detail for interference, being able to attach this to something, mounting it, then I would have all of the necessary information, but I would only have to keep track of one file. The top-down assembly, we're going to create associated parts in the assembly, and all of the geometry will tie back to one point of failure. So previously, when I've done this project, we've gone through an order of bottom up, multi-body, and then top down. I'm going to reverse that this time and do the top-down assembly first, because that's really the point of the project. And rather than getting multiple bottom-up assemblies, hopefully this will kind of cement that that process of doing the top-down. So looking at this part, we have the three components, and the screws will be in the toolbox, or we'll download them from a vendor. We could create them, draw them from our own database, but they're readily available elsewhere, so I wouldn't spend the time modeling these fasteners. As a pressure cylinder assembly, kind of got to think that these M24 by 3 are not exactly the best choice. The NPT or something that well, we don't know the specification, but really that's our first question each time, is in the specification. What does this do? How does it do it? How much pressure are we going to put on this? How is it mounted? Is there a spring and a diaphragm in here that is going to modulate or even out the pulses? And so we don't really have the whole story here. So those are always the questions that we want a little more information on the engineering side that's going to help us on the design side. So we take this profile, and we take the little rectangle, and we take possibly the rectangle, but we can do this all as revolves. For the whichever one will use the cosmetic thread for the top or the bottom, and then we'll use the hole wizard for the other ones. So that gives us our components. We have a pattern, so we'll do the pattern a couple different ways. A sketch pattern in the hole wizard, and then also a sketch driven pattern, so you can see a couple of the different options you have when you're able to generate this.